Minecraft Survival Island. Limited food, limited resources, and limited space. Will we be able to survive? And most importantly, will we be able to beat Minecraft? Well, today, let's find out. Hey, what's up guys? JWhisp here, and welcome back to Minecraft Survival Island. Today we're not actually starting on the island, but we're starting in our new underwater base, just because I think the view from down here is really cool, and honestly, I'm a really big fan of it. But here we are back in the world. We worked on that base in the last episode, and it's definitely not anywhere near done. I still want to do a lot of progress on it in the future. We just have 2 little spheres built, and it also connects to our amethyst geode, but in the future, I'd eventually like this underwater base to cover a huge portion of this underwater area. I think that it would look pretty sick. But here's where we run into an issue. Building underwater is not easy. Obviously, I mean, water gets everywhere. You need breathing potions, you need night vision potions, all that stuff. But, you know, the main issue is draining the water out of what you've built. Thankfully, just over here, we do have the ocean monument. And if you don't know, inside of ocean monuments, you can get yourself sponges. And if you dry out sponges by placing them in a furnace or placing them in the nether, you can dry them out, and when you place a sponge under the water, it soaks up water in a huge radius around the block. So I figured what'd be smart of us to do is to finally go and raid that ocean monument that's been staring at us for a while and get ourselves some sponges. You know, we have some pretty decent gear. I mean, it's not the best of the best, but I mean, it's still pretty dang good. And we have the resources now. We have access to potions, we have golden apples, all that stuff. So I think it's time that we should take on the ocean monument. Not only are we going to get sponges, which is going to help continue building our underwater base, but we'll also get some other cool things like some XP, we'll get the experience of beating it, plus there is a decent amount of gold blocks in the center. So, lots of good loot for us to get. But before we head in there, we have to prepare. I'm going to show you guys everything you should have and everything you need to know to prepare before you take on your first ocean monument. I mean, a general good rule of thumb is as long as you have some pretty decent armor and weapons, you should easily be able to take on the ocean monument. You don't need Prot 4 diamond and a sharpness 5 sword, but I would recommend at least having some enchanted diamond armor, even if it's only protection 1, maybe sharpness 1 on your diamond sword. But obviously, having some better armor and weapons is going to make this a lot easier. Now, the best route to take this is to make yourself some water breathing potions. That I would say is essential. Now, if you haven't been to the nether and you don't have access to potion brewing materials, or if you're like me and you just don't like brewing potions, you have a few other options. If I go in my chest, I can grab some wood and you can make a few different things. You can make fences, you can make trapdoors, you can make normal doors, and place any of those under the water and it'll create a little bubble of air for you to breathe. But obviously, I highly recommend just making the potions of water breathing. And on the topic of potions, it can't hurt to make a night vision potion, just because it is pretty dark in there, and the night vision potion will help you see. Since we are underwater, it's not going to be easy to really place torches. So yeah, night vision potions are really going to come in handy. I also recommend just grabbing yourself like a stack of building blocks to bring. You know, just to be safe in case you need to lock yourself in a room or wall yourself off, bring some blocks, it'll come in handy. So here we are, and I've got all my materials. I have 3 8-minute water breathing potions and 3 8-minute night vision potions. The night vision potions really aren't a necessity, but especially because I'm recording this, I want to have good brightness. Have some golden apples, let's grab my boat and head over there. Now, you know, as for weapons, obviously a sword. A bow is useful, shield won't really be too useful for you. You also might want a hoe just to break the sponges a bit faster. But here's something I should have also mentioned and that I'm a little weary about. We actually don't know if this ocean monument will have sponges for sure. All ocean monuments have gold and have elder guardians and have normal guardians, but not all ocean monuments have a sponge room. I mean, in my experience, it seems to be about half, maybe a little bit less. So even if we don't get sponges from this ocean monument, we have a few other options. We can simply go without the sponges. We could try to find a new ocean monument. I mean, we are in a huge ocean world, by the way. And there's tons of ocean near us. So, I mean, honestly, who knows? I should have also mentioned it's smart to bring some milk in case you get the miner's fatigue. The milk will really help you, but honestly, we don't need it. We can kill all the elder guardians first. And if I want milk, I can head back to my my island, which is like 30 seconds away. Okay, so here's how I do it. Even though we just passed those gold blocks, I always want to defeat the elder guardians first, just for that. Yeah, the mining fatigue effect, it's really annoying to have, so I want to get rid of it first. And the only way to prevent that from happening is by totally getting rid of the Elder Guardian. So let's go through here. See, these normal Guardians, you really don't have to worry. I just swim through them. They don't really do too much damage. I mean, look, even if I let them hurt me, they're not really going to do much. They don't even seem to really care about me, honestly. But yeah, they're not going to do too much damage. If you have good enough armor, you can pretty much just ignore them and pretend they don't exist. But if you don't have Prot 4 Diamond, I would stay away from that. Now, there should be... Oh, here it is. The first Elder Guardian somewhere near here. Now, you do have to be careful because these guys can actually do a decent amount of damage. But again, I have pretty good armor, and these guys do have thorns. So you have to be careful. Hurting them will hurt you. And there we go. We at least got one sponge from the Elder Guardian. So sometimes you can get sponges from them. Let's keep swimming around here, though. See what we can get, because there should be another Elder Guardian near here. All ocean monuments have 3 Elder Guardians, and so we just have to find the other 2, and we should be all set. Let's check around here. As you can see, they're pretty easy to kill, but again, you got to be careful, especially if you're in hardcore. These guys will do a lot more damage, and you do have to worry about the normal Guardians, but since I'm just in normal, I think hard mode, we shouldn't have too much of an issue. So let's swim around and try to find ourselves the Elder Guardians. Oh, here he is. Alright, let's take him on. So there's this one, and then there should be one more. So basically, if you're looking at the front of an ocean monument, there's 3 wings, one on the left, one on the right, and then one big main wing in the middle. And there'll be 1 Elder Guardian in each of those. So I think this is the middle wing. We took on one of the other ones, and now we have this last one. So let's see if we can swim around, try to find this last Elder Guardian. Shouldn't be too bad. I think we can get through and get to them just by swimming around, trying to look for him. Oh, I know where he is. Oh, there's the last Elder Guardian. Okay, up here. This one was hard to find. Now, unfortunately, I swam around what I think is the entire ocean monument, and I did not see a sponge room, which means I don't think we're going to get sponges. I mean, at least we have these 3 wet sponges, which is still better than nothing, but it would have been nice to have the whole sponge room. But I'm still not 100% certain, so what we can do is I'll just swim around the monument. I'll make sure I check every single room, and I'll see if there's sponges. But before we do that, now that the other Guardians are dead, I actually want to make my way back to my island so that I can grab a milk bucket and get rid of this mining fatigue so that I can actually break blocks. So yeah, unfortunately, I've looked pretty much everywhere and can't find any sponges. So at least we'll get the gold. Plus, I mean, we got a few sponges from taking on the ocean monument. So what I'll probably do going forward is, if these 3 sponges seem to not be enough, I can just try to find another ocean monument, which is always an option, and we'll get sponges that way. We'll get, we'll at least get a few more from the Elder Guardians, and who knows, if there's a sponge room, we should get some more from that. So I'm just gonna mine my way out, and boom, we did it. We successfully raided the ocean monument. Let's get my boat and head to the surface. Come on, let's get here. Okay, time to head to the island. Now, what I really like about sponges, and people typically do this when they have a lot of sponges and they're working on a big underwater project, especially when sort of draining out an ocean monument, which is something a lot of people like to do. You can obviously, have a furnace and use that to draw out your sponges, but if you want to work on a big project that involves you using a lot of sponges, I really recommend just build a nether portal next to your project, and you can easily just flatten out a big area in the nether, and then if you just place down your sponges, they automatically dry out. It's really cool. And then just take your hoe and break them. I don't have a hoe on me, so I'm just gonna break them with my hand. But yeah, I don't know. It's really easy. It's really fun. So if you have a big project, again, I recommend you just build another portal nearby. And yeah, pretty easy. All right, let's get this. Head back to the base. I should probably also show off. Let's just place a sponge down just to see how much water it'll truly soak up. I'll place it in the middle here so that the water comes back. But look, it soaks up a lot of water. I mean, it's nothing to joke at. Sponges are pretty powerful. So, just a cool little Minecraft mechanic. I don't see tons of people using sponges, especially people that are newer in Minecraft. So if you want to do any underwater builds or builds using water, sponges are going to be super useful. Okay, so I actually have some leftover materials from last episode, and I gathered a bit more. And so what I want to do to test out the sponges is let's build another little underwater pod to continue our underwater base. I'm not exactly sure where I want to put it, so I'll have to swim out to the water and check a good location. But we'll do that. We'll also craft maybe 1 or 2 more potions just for a little bit of extra, extra water breathing and night vision. And I'll figure out where I want to put this, and we'll see if the sponge can drain the entire inside with just 3 sponges to see if I need more sponges or if 3 should be enough for what I want to do. Alright, so I only have about 2 minutes left on my potions, so we have to be quick with this. If I head over here, we have the new tunnel, and if we head inside, It is the new sphere. I've got myself a furnace and a lava bucket just so we can smelt these sponges if we need to. But let's take our sponges and see how much of this water we can drain. I don't have the entire top of this fixed with the glass yet, but look, oh, okay. It drains a pretty good amount of water. I mean, definitely not as much as I wanted to, and, okay, it looks like we'll probably need to place all 3 sponges at once to absorb all the water we want, but it'll, you know, I think this can be enough for our underground base. I might maybe try to take on one more ocean monument. Might do that in a live stream or off camera, or maybe for part of a video. I don't know, but yeah, I think this will definitely be enough. We can just smelt them and see how it works. But I'm not sure. I made this, you know, new little area. Not sure what I want to do with it though. You know, we have the one room, the first dome, which is just sort of like our home base, like just some chests in our bed and stuff like that. Second room is a storage room. What do you guys think I should do with this new third room? What should I put in here? There's a lot of things I could put in here, but I'm not sure what to put. So if you guys have any ideas as to what I should make this new sphere, let me know down in the comments below, because I don't really have any ideas. I just kind of put it together. Alright, so what if I go like this? Can we get the entire top layer at once? Okay, we got most of it. That did a bit more damage that time. That was a bit better. So we'll just have to keep repeating this process, and it shouldn't be too long to drain. It might definitely, I don't know. I feel like a couple more sponges would come in handy. I don't think I need like 20 or 30, but I feel like if I had 6 or 7, that'd be a lot better than just having 3. Alright, here we go. It's all dried up. All I have to do is drain out the hallway now. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any good suggestions for this room, because I don't really have a purpose for it yet. The dimensions were a bit weird. I accidentally made it even, so I had to do this little pattern going up with the quartz outside, but I don't think it looks too bad. Yeah, don't really have any ideas at all for this room, so I'm not sure. And eventually we will have more of these spheres in the future dotted all along this ocean floor. So if anyone has some really good ideas, I can always make some more of these spheres in the future to sort of, you know, make that room. So we'll have to see, and yeah, looks like we're all good. Well, anyways guys, that's all for today's episode. Honestly, I'm really excited because, you know, it's a little bit of a slow point right now, but there are going to be some really fun and exciting things coming not only to this world pretty soon, but to the channel. And honestly, I'm just super hyped. But thank you guys so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. My name is JWhisp, and I will see you guys all in the next episode.